I've decided to go ahead and break up this tongue box into 3 parts, and the second part I'm going to do, I've kind of changed my mind about how I want to do this, and I did go through and make some holes in my tongue box for some wiring to come through on my automatic transfer switch, and then my sub panel here and everything, along with also on my shore panel. But what I've decided to go ahead and do is just to go ahead and paint this and fiberglass it and bed liner spray it. And then once all that's done, I can run all this internally, and part 3 will be the electrical hookup of everything. I didn't take much video of all this just because it was mainly just drilling holes into it and trying to fit some wires. That's, wasn't that big of a deal. But I kind of wanted to get it all done before I actually start cutting the hole in the back. And then once I get my roof on, running all these wires up here into this actual tongue box. I just kind of think it'll be easier maybe to get this completely done once I sat here and thought about it. So I will move forward with doing the roundovers on all of the edges here for my fiberglass. I've got some caulking I'm going to do on it, make it look a little bit better, and fiberglass in it and everything. So I will move on with that and show you as I progress here. Another thing I'm doing is I'm coming along on the inside here. I'm going to caulk along this area and down over in here, and then right here where I kind of made these two together, it didn't line up perfectly. So I'm going to caulk those in. That way when I go to paint that'll look nice. Same thing goes for up here. I didn't quite get this good and square here, so I'm going to put some caulk in that. That way when I go to paint this upper part of my box, it'll look nice too. So I'm going to move on to doing that. Now that I've gotten all of the edges rounded over and the caulking done, I'm going to move on to sealing the edges of my plywood here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get me some epoxy and just get like a chip brush and paint those on. Got most of this sealed up now. You can see it's drying on there. Same goes with that. On this over here, if you notice some previous videos when I was doing my tongue box, I had a bit of a lip, a little bit of a gap right here. So what I did is I took some filler and mixed it in with my epoxy. That way I could, I didn't want any water to, if it accidentally got in here and going down in this little gap there. So I've taken some filler and filled that up. And I also did I put epoxy on the inside all of these cutouts too. That way that's protected from the elements as well. Thought I'd show you some quick things on the fiberglass. I'm about to do my lid here for my tongue box, and this is the 1/2 inch round over bit that I did, and so this should lay down over that like that, and so hopefully that will create a nice edge there and I won't have any air bubbles pop up. So I've got this cut trimmed to fit how I want it, and I'm going to try it this way over here on my tongue box. What I had done previously is I just did the sides. Let me show you that real quick. I just did the sides first, like I did this side here and then I did this back. So I don't know if you can see it, but I have this little lip right here, so I'm going to have to kind of trim that down and then come back over with this bias tape that I have, and hopefully I can get that to go around that edge there and see how that works out. Like I said, I've never really fiberglassed. This is the first project that I've done it on, so I'm just trying to figure out what I like best, because I'm still going to have to do the exterior of my teardrop. So see how this goes. I'm kind of hoping that that bigger roundover helps with this. So I will keep on moving along and I'll show you kind of as I do some more. I got my first coat of epoxy on here, and as I kind of maybe thought would happen when you get around this curve and you try bending this over, it kind of wrinkles up right there. I tried cutting it and folding it over, but I couldn't quite get it right, so I just went ahead and cut it down around here, and then I'll sand this out, and then I'll just come back with that bias cut tape that I got. But here's what the rest of it looks like so far. I'll let that sit up a little bit and put me another coat on. Okay, I've got this edge wetted out here, with that bias cut tape, and that was a 6 ounce cloth, and you can tell how much thicker that is than opposed to this other tight weave that I'm using. It's only, I think it was 3.25. So that's the difference in the two there. And so I'll let this set up and then I'll go on from there. I just thought I'd show you real quick where I'm at on this fiberglass on my tongue box. And right now I am sanding down this piece of bias cut tape that I put for my curves. And what I'm trying to do is sand this down so it feathers in with this side. That way when I go to spray it, there's not a definite line that you can see when I put my bed liner on it. You can see over here that I've kind of done that with the lid hatch here. You can see how I've sanded that down and feathered it. So hopefully when I go to spray this, that will not be noticeable anymore. All right, I just got done spraying the tongue box with this adhesion promoter. Now I'm about to mix up my Raptor bed liner, and I got the tintable kind because I want to make it gray. So I'm adding 250 milliliters of the hardener to my bottle here, and then I'm adding 100 milliliters of my paint, and then I'll shake that up and we'll get to spraying. Alrighty, so I got the first coat on here. Take a look at it.